Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. We are live right here in the virtual studio. I have with me over here Stacy, Robert, and Greg. And hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hello. How you doing? Good morning, Kim.
Good morning. Good morning to each of you today. We're going to have a great show lined up for you. I see you, Courtney, backstage. Let me know when you want to pop in as well. Give me a thumbs up. And no, I don't see you wearing your Kim Jacobs Show shirt. Yes, no, you're doing your thing back there. So, okay, thumbs up. Courtney, my brother, is coming in the studio. Hey, Courtney, how are you?
coming in hot. What's going on, everybody?
Yes.
What's up? What's going on, Courtney?
All right now, Greg. All right.
Okay, everybody. So listen, go ahead and grab your virtual seats, and also everyone that's on the panel today, go ahead and share it right from my personal Facebook page. You'll see us live right during this introduction video. Everybody, let's get ready to enjoy a great episode here on Freestyle Friday on the Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
The pump fist going over there, Courtney. We're getting ready to kick this party off. Let's go. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Everyone, yes, it is the Kim Jacobs Show, and as you can see, we have a show lined up for you today. When you all are not speaking, just go ahead and mute yourselves, but when you are, unmute yourself. I'm so excited. And we also have the Sean Hall, my bestie here as well. Hey, Sean. All right. All right, everybody, let's get this party started today. Go ahead and type your comments. Say where you're from, where you're visiting in from. We have people that visit in from Hawaii that was a guest on the show this week. So I never know where you're from until you type in and say, hey, I'm here, I'm visiting from this location. So let us know and we'll shout you out. Have any questions for our experts? Make sure you type those questions when they appear on the screen because they may not be able to stay on the whole show. So type your questions when you see them appear. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started today with, everybody want to know right from the jump what's going on with the whole verdict and what's yet to come. So I'm going to pull you over, Sean, and let you kick things off. Is that okay?
I finally took myself off of mute. It's good. How are you, Kimberly?
Doing great. So talk to us, Sean.
Listen, you all know what it is with the Derek Chauvin case. He was found guilty on all 3 counts. Now, there were no riots this time, except on social media from people who feel like he was guilty from the gate. People who feel like he did not receive a fair trial. There are those that will tell you that because Representative Maxine Waters said that people need to stay out in the streets, they need to be confrontational, that would be grounds for a mistrial. It's not gonna happen. People are upset that President Biden commented on it and they think that's grounds for a mistrial. It's not, because the truth of the matter is the jury, they were instructed not to listen to TV, look at news media, social media, right, any of those things. But let me tell you that what they're saying does have merit, believe it or not. In Miami, I believe it was in the early 90s, there was a case where a cop shot and killed a police officer when a cop shot and killed a Black man. And when that went to trial, there was so much rioting in the streets and what have you. They did convict him, but on appeal, it was overturned because they believed that, this is the appellate court, they believed that possibly the jury was influenced by the rioting in the streets and they had a fear of their city being torn down if they did not render a guilty verdict. I think that's crap. I think it's an injustice to what happened then, but it has a bearing now because DeSantis, who is the governor of Florida, has weighed in on the Chauvin case, and he said perhaps the jury was fearful of their lives, and that's why they rendered this verdict. But that was a dog whistle to what happened in his state. Now, we know that Derek Chauvin had his bail remanded, which means he does not have bail. He is in the pokey until sentencing comes up in 2 months. But I want to fast forward and talk about Micaiah Bryant, because that same day that the verdict came down with George Floyd, in the George Floyd case with Derek Chauvin, a 16-year-old girl was shot point blank in the back by a police officer. Now, there's a lot of controversy around this case. We only have right now the body camera from the officer, Officer Richardson, who shot and killed her. From the time he got out of his car to the time he shot and killed her, 11 seconds elapsed. So it wasn't a very long period of time. There are some people who are saying, well, wait a minute, the girl who was on the car was in danger of being murdered because Micaiah had her arm back like this, and she could have killed her. And the cop, he saved a life. And I've seen on Facebook where people are saying, police, if my child is in trouble, I want you to do everything you can. I think my opinion is a little bit different, and let me tell you why. Micaiah Bryant was following the law. There is a stand your ground law in the state of Ohio. It was actually revised on April 6th of this year. And that stand your ground law says that you no longer have a duty to retreat before using lethal force. What it says is if a person believes that they are in imminent danger for death or great bodily harm, they have the right to use lethal force. We did not see what happened prior to the body cam. What you saw was Micaiah knocking down one young lady. She didn't go over her with the knife. And then she turned to another person and she had her arm back. It did appear that she was about to stab them, but we will never know that. There are those who believe that the officer could have used the taser. There are others who say he couldn't have used the taser. Tasers are not effective. But there's a video. I sent it to Shannon. I don't know if she's able to get it on today. There are way too many videos where police officers have tased white people. There's one of a young boy in New York. The police were trying to apprehend him. It was a police officer talking to a young boy. He turned around and stabbed the police officer. The police officer went for his gun, switched over to his taser, and took off running behind the young man. The chase ensued for at least 30 or 45 seconds until the officer tased him. He tased him several times. That was a conscious decision to have that young man live. The officer in this case, I don't believe, made that same conscious decision. I will also add to that the woman who was in pink was not a girl. She was a 27-year-old woman. Micaiah Bryant was the same age as one of my daughters, 16 years old. And let me just say this, and you all don't have to agree. It's my own opinion on the Kim Jacobs Show, which does not reflect the views of this show. Let me say it. But here I have to say this. If you were raised the way that many of us were raised, hood adjacent, in the hood, the rules prevail. You don't step foot on anybody's property. Right. You don't harass, menace, or trespass and think that it can go well for you. These young women came to Micaiah's home, surrounded her, and Micaiah felt that her life was in danger. People say, well, why did she come out of the house? I can't answer that for you. But what I can say is, according to the law, she had the right to stand her ground on her property and try to get them away from her and to defend herself. So the fact that she was perhaps going to stab somebody, she was still defending herself. And what I feel so poorly about is this young woman, Micaiah Bryant, 16-year-old honor student, went to her death believing that nobody was there to help her. And in fact, no one was. All of the adults that we saw standing around, I didn't see anyone trying to abate the fight. The police that were called did not try to protect her. And she spent her first night in the morgue 3 nights ago. That is a travesty against justice and humanity.
Let me interject too, just to say, hey, as a studio audience, I want to get you all to weigh in on this as well. What are some of your views on what's been happening regarding Micaiah Brown, regarding George Floyd verdict with Chauvin? Make sure you put your comments in as well. It gives us an opportunity to have Sean Deshawn Hall address some of those while she's on the screen. So if you have any specific comments, go ahead and type them in now, and we'll be sure to get those addressed. I see people just saying, good morning, yay, hello. They're not saying it pertaining to what you're saying, just good morning when they first popped on. And so glad to have you all here today. And lots of comments coming in. If you all would like to also stay connected with Sean Hall. Sean, I think this is a very insightful update that you shared today. And anyone on the panel, if you have any comments as well, feel free to chime in and feel free to address anything or add your own perspective on it as well. So let me put you in that view. Anybody want to say anything? Okay. Sean, did you want to say anything else? Because I think that this is very good update that you've provided. We know that it was on Tuesday that Derek Chauvin was found guilty on murdering George Floyd, and we have the article as well. And thank you, Rachel, for providing us with all of these updates as well. And also, Daunte Wright's funeral sets up another emotional day in Minneapolis. I don't know if you want to say anything about any of that, Sean, as well. We're going to put these articles from our week at a glance type of news highlights. We'll put those in the comments section for you all to be able to revisit those. But Sean, anything you want to say, feel free.
I do want to say this because there's so many people saying that there was justice for George Floyd, and there's no justice from the grave. There's finally accountability. And that's what I believe that Black people, white people, all people should be asking for and demanding is accountability from the police. Because since that time where Daunte Wright was shot and killed by Kim Potter, a 26-year veteran in the force in Minneapolis, there have been at least 5 shootings that I know of that have been fatal of Black men and women, including a young Black man who I believe it was just last night in Indianapolis, and I may have the location wrong. He had his car stalled. The police gave him a ride home. It was 2:30 in the morning. They gave him a ride home. And he said, when he got out the car, your brother's fine. I just gave him a ride home. And somehow or another, the police were called back to that same location. And without provocation, that same police officer jumped out of his car, no warning, no anything, and shot that young man 10 times at point blank range. He is holding on for dear life. And so when I look at what happened with George Floyd with this conviction, what I will say to you, what I will say to all of America is that none of us are safe. It is not open season on Black and brown people because of the color of their skin.
Right.
There are many people who are saying that, well, policing doesn't need reform. We support the blue. We back the blue. There's no such thing as blue lives. I've never seen a blue person in my life. I know that there are people who wear a blue uniform, but when you take that uniform off, whether you be Black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, you are still a human being who has rights. And the major question in this country that we have to ask ourselves, and we ask law enforcement, is why the difference in the treatment of Black and brown people? Why is the default with Black people always shoot to kill first, ask question later? You can't say that it doesn't, that's the same thing with white people, because I just watched the video of a young white man who admitted that he had a gun in his car. And he told that police officer if he tried to open his door, he would shoot him. And the police did not shoot that man. He drove off.
Well, those are some important conversations that we'll have to have in our society and hear and understand how we can bring resolution to people being able to go home after an incident with any police officer. And we know that this is not reflective of all police officers, but we do understand nothing is reflective of everybody. So we can't say all, they, them, we understand. But the thing is, there are real situations where people's lives are being taken and they are African American, their skin is brown. So you cannot talk about it very differently than what you see with that too. So one of the things that I saw from a Wednesday report that Rachel put on here for us is, and this is from essence.com, Ohio cop yells Blue Lives Matter after fatally shooting 15-year-old Micaiah Bryant. And so I didn't know about that particular yelling or anything, but you may be able to talk more about that too.
It was on the video. It was inappropriate. I can't tell you the context, but there's no context when a 16-year-old is lying dead. shot by one of your colleagues, regardless of if it was a split-second decision or not. This is not the time to debate whose life matters more, because the truth of the matter is we just found out that the George Floyd mural was defaced where it said nigger lives don't matter.
Oh my goodness.
And what we are seeing in this country is that people say we don't matter, but I disagree. We matter because you're in our communities. We matter because you set up all of your alcohol companies, your ABC stores in our communities. You set up all of your hair and nail shops in our communities. We most definitely matter. Our dollars definitely matter. And if our dollars matter, then gosh darn it, our lives should matter.
Wow, everybody's lives matter. So let's make sure that we all know that that's the view of Kim Jacobs and the show. All of our lives matter.
But everybody is not lying dead in the street, because the truth of it is, as I think about Micaiah Bryant, had she been Michaela Bryant and that been the same situation, and she would have been white, we would be talking about bullying. We will be talking about this young woman fighting for her life. But instead, what we're talking about is the adultification of Black children, and she was erroneously reported as a young woman when she is a child. That is a problem in our country, where we see our young Black children. I think about the young girl in Florida who was maced in her face, and the police said, "Stop acting like a child." And she said, "I am a child," at 9.
Right. That's what. Yeah, that's really a problem. I agree. Okay, and Attorney General Merrick Garland announces an investigation into the Minneapolis Police Department. That's another article that we'll put up as well. And again, this is all stuff that is news this week. And I want to make sure that I covered some of those, given that they were some of the topics that you were talking about as well, Sean. It's a whole lot. My goodness. Every week is so much happening.
Let's not forget about voting, because many people don't have an interest in elections until it's the national election. And what I hope we learn from this Derek Chauvin trial, the prosecutors did their job, y'all. They did their job. That was an example of lawyering at its best, because they used every resource. They got people in there to talk about the issues. And the person, Dr. Tobin, the pulmonologist, the respiratory pulmonologist, was the one that made this crystallize for so many, because so many police officers say, well, if you're talking, then that means you can breathe. You're not a doctor, sir, ma'am. It doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is this: if you're not voting in your local elections, you are part of the problem. You are not voting for justice, because we have a say in who the people's attorneys will be. Unfortunately, you can't pick your own attorney if your loved one is killed by a police officer. They have to be serviced by the same people who work with those police day in and day out. And my hope, my prayer would be that we would be voting for the best person for the job, as if that could be us that would need to be represented one day by that person who is an officer of the court.
Wow. Okay. Courtney said, hey, we have a lot of work to do. I'm going to pull you back in, Courtney, too. A lot of work to do. The Sean Hall, thank you so much for sounding the alarm and continuing to talk about this very important topic. Ernetta says, yes, everybody's lives matter. And amen to that, Tanya says as well. Angela Harris said, I agree with Sean. Everyone is saying that the officer was doing his job to protect and serve by shooting the young lady, but it seems as though protect and serve by shooting to kill is only used on Black folks and no one else. So these are some of the comments that's been coming in, Sean. I disagree with your perspective regarding the young lady with the knife, Marie says. And again, these are varying perspectives, and everyone is entitled to their opinion here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So if you have an opposing opinion, that's fine. It's not right or wrong. Just put your thoughts. Okay. All right. So these are all comments that came in, and my mom said, amen. I love your passion, Courtney. Make it plain. Make it plain. All right. And plus, Courtney over there wearing a Kim Jacobs Show shirt today, y'all. So whenever I pull him up front and center, I want y'all to recognize that everybody can have that shirt on if you just go to KimJacobsShow.com, right? So anyway, Sean, this has been an enlightening time that you shared with us today. Let me give people a way to stay connected with you, and you can tell them exactly what they can do. How can people stay connected with you, Sean?
You can join me over on Facebook at Sean A. Hall. You can reach out to me at my website, All Roads Education. Besides talking about politics, I keep you informed about how your children can access college as debt-free as possible. The time is now. It's never later. It's right now.
Yeah, and Sean knows what she's talking about regarding scholarships. She talks a lot about politics and the police and everything, but she's actually an academic education specialist, and she's helped my son get over $20-some thousand in scholarships towards school this past year. So please make sure you reach out to her for a consultation. There's a consultation fee for her to be able to speak with you about it in detail, but you're going to walk away with some great information. And if your child follows what she says, I can tell you, as a busy mom, as a working parent, and you don't have time to devote all of that time into working with your children and getting scholarships, Sean Hall can help you. Okay, so make sure you stay connected with her. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. I'm going to put Robert Finney up because guess what? I think this goes hand in hand with what's happening in our country. And I want everyone on the panel to hear this and to share it with everyone you know across the country. There's a new challenge, and I'm going to let Robert Finney from the Fantastic Gems tell us about this challenge, which I think is so befitting and appropriate right now.
Thank you, Kim. First, thanks for allowing me to be on your show. The challenge that we're doing, I'm a musician, and myself, my best friend Morris Whitaker, who lives in Charlotte, decided, my heart was so hurt in the month of June last year. After George Floyd was murdered, within 6 weeks, 6 people had died by the hands of police. I cried and asked God, what could I do? And what I do is sing. So Morris and I decided we're going to do the song What's Going On. That song that Marvin Gaye wrote in the 70s is a song that will live in infamy. If he would have wrote it in 1950, I think they would have tried to kill him because of what it says. That song could have been written in China, in Russia, in anywhere, and it sits and will sit now and later on. We put this video together for this simple fact. We want people to make your own video. If you go and watch the video, you can go on our website, get the music, and we want the world to make your own video. Use our music to allow you to let the world know what's happening in your world, what's happening in your social justice situation. Let the world know. I wanted to do this because I want to take a page off of our Jewish brothers. They will not let us forget what happened in World War II. I will not. I have a drive in me. I will not let the world forget what is happening to brown, Black people in America. That's the whole bit of it. So I'm just thankful and for the privilege and opportunity to be able to have this opportunity to say to the world, what's going on?
Well, with that being said, I want us to take a moment in this moment of time right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And before I play this video, before I play it, everybody, I'm going to give you 30 seconds because this video, once you see it, you'll never be the same again. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to invite and tag a friend and say, you must join in right now. Just come on. Don't worry about asking questions. Get on here and see this now. And I'm going to right, everyone. Hopefully you tagged some friends and you invited them to hear what's about to happen right now. Did everybody tag somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. Let's get ready. Before I play, let's see any comments coming in. Okay. Yes, I see people tagging people and love your passion, Courtney, and so forth. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this video played and you'll see what I'm saying. It's pretty amazing. What's going on in your world challenge by the Fantastic Gems. Here we go. And now your instruction, Robert, is for them to be able to take this footage, put their own video to your music.
You can go to our website. If you tap on the What's Going On challenge, it explains to you. We will send you you go to our website, you can take our track, the track that you're getting ready to hear, on Facebook, Twitter, make your own video.
What's your website?
Our website is C2C and the Gems. That's C number 2C and the Gems.
C2C
and the Gems.
The Gems.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you go here to C2C, and we're going to play the video, C2C and the Gems.com, they will release their track, which he owns the rights to. So if I get a strike or anything, I'm gonna be like fighting that like crazy. I'm like, no, I had the original author on here, okay? So he owns the rights. He wants you to put your own moves and everything to the video. Here's the video now, everybody. And thank you for allowing us to showcase this here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And thank you all that are still on. Okay, let's see. We're gonna play it right now.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Oh my, brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Oh, Father, we don't need to escalate. See, war is not the answer. Only love, only God's love can conquer hate. You know, we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Oh, without those picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Yeah, talk to me so you can see. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I wanna know what's going on. Yeah.
Andre Hill, Casey Goodson, Angelo Cruz,
What's happening, brother?
Sincere Pierce, Marcellus Stinnett, Jonathan Price, Dejon Kizzy, Richard Brooks.
Brother. Everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Oh no, because I wear my hair short, I don't wear it long. You know, we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Without those picket signs and picket lines, don't punish me for your brutality. I need you to talk to me so you can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? I wanna know what's going on.
Carlos Carson, David McAddy, Tony McDade, George Floyd, Jerjon Reed, Michael Ramos, Daniel Peru, Breonna Taylor. Country. Chitney Do of Kogu. Anton Black. Botham Jean. Antoine Rose. Saheed Vassell. Manuel Alice. William Green. John Neville. Atiana Jefferson. Elijah McLean. Ronald Green. Javier Ambler. Sterling Higgins. Stefan Clark.
What's going on? Please tell me what's going on. Mercy, mercy me.
Black Lives Matter.
Okay. How
Yeah.
can that not impact everyone in the world? And how could that not matter to anybody? That's I just can't imagine how no matter what a person's race, no matter what, that you see that and you think that's okay or you think that's a debate. I can't understand what the debate is, but again, this is Kim Jacobs as a person saying this. And I just want to thank you, Robert Finney, the fantastic gems. I also want to give a personal shout out to one of them team members on my team, the Kim Jacobs Show team, Andrew Roberts.
Yes, the
Andrew
guy that
Roberts.
got the video.
Huh?
Yes, and I mistakenly didn't say earlier, Andy. It's because of Andrew Roberts that we're at this point right now. It was his gift that we spoke about, and when I presented it to him, he jumped on it right away, and within days, what you saw had come to light. And thanks, Andy, for the invitation. And just thank you, Kim, for this opportunity, this platform to let the world know this isn't it. There are several songs that we will be doing in the future, videos, to let the world know, look, we've got to address this. But just to address it now, just like George Floyd's brother said, we have a victory right now, but it ain't over. This is the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg. It ain't over. As we can well see, Black people are still getting gunned down in the street. It ain't over. And we, coast to coast, and the Fantastic Gems will continue to sound that horn for social justice.
Wow. Well, that's a loud horn. That's a loud horn that you're sounding, and it's going to resonate with everyone around the world. Listen, if you're interested, and I'm hoping that everyone, that you, your children, everyone's interested, go to C2CandTheGems.com. They will release the track to you so you can have original footage, original soundtrack to whatever moves you're going to do. Put it on TikTok, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. Make it something that, what does justice look like in your world from your perspective? Go to C2C, the number 2C, and thegems.com. I say that for my audio listeners on my podcast. Okay. Thank you, Robert Finney. Thank you, the Fantastic Gems. And thank you to our own team member, Andrew Roberts, for filming this whole project. And I'm so proud of you, Andrew. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Okay, so Robert, get prepared because I can hear you can sing too. So at the end of the show, I might get you to belt out a little something.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can come out with. We'll try to do a little something.
All right, because don't even say you put on the spot. I done gave you a whole 20 minutes.
For such a time as this, I'm ready.
All right. Woo! Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and transition. I think we need to end on some dancing and stuff, Courtney. So I'm gonna transition to some housing for a minute. We kind of sandwiching this thing together. Is that fair? All right. Plus, Courtney, somehow between you and Shannon, I need to figure out how to get that footage downloaded properly. I cannot figure that out. But that one video, just resend it to me, Kim. You know where to send it. All right. Let's get ready to kick things off. Before I put you up, Greg, let me do this. I would like to take a moment to share with you one of our episode sponsors. Today's episode is sponsored by snowlegal.com. And snowlegal.com, they actually are in the Charlotte and they're also in the South Carolina area. It's one of the very few offices that I know about anyway, that's willing to do a free consultation. So if you have some type of legal question, you're not exactly sure, they deal with all type of accidents and you name it. If you think it's a question you need to run by them, contact them, 704-358-0026. Again, that's 704-358-0026. Or you can email your question at info@snowlegal.com. Attorney Kenneth D. Snow came on this past week, and he talked about what it actually means when Chauvin was found guilty. What does that mean? He talked about the Fifth Amendment rights and all of the different things that happened throughout the trial and what we can expect to possibly see with the upcoming 3 individuals that still will be charged or going through their trial. So he dropped some significant knowledge. If you missed that episode, it was during the regularly scheduled programming when I had Corinne Brown on to share the fresh meal tips. We'll put that link in here. So Shannon, let's put that link in here so you can go back and watch that. It was very informative. And make sure you tell him that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you his way. Let me play his commercial now. And then we're going to come right back with you front and center, Mr. Greg Moore, to teach us about how to flip some houses, y'all. Y'all are going to hear some great information from Greg Moore coming up shortly.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everybody, we are back with Greg Moore, and I want to make sure that we get a chance. Greg, I know I said I'm gonna let you go, but I think it's good. I just like your commercial and the way it flows and everything. So I think the commercial is a great intro to you. Is that okay if I play that? All right. So everybody, let me take a moment to tell you that I'm also part of his academy, and I'm quite excited that this man has hit the scenes and come to the Kim Jacobs Show. Today's episode is also sponsored in part by Greg Moore with YouCanFlipHouses.com. This is something that anybody can do from ground zero. I'm a believer now because of the fact that Greg Moore is a teacher, and he's so passionate about helping people that are starting from zero. You don't know what you're doing, but you go to YouCanFlipHouses.com to the academy, and then all of a sudden, voila, you're a mastermind, all because of his training. So I'm going to take a moment to, again, encourage you all on behalf of the Kim Jacobs Show to go to YouCanFlipHouses.com. You're going to hear from him directly today, but I do want to play his commercial first, and then, Greg, we're going to come back and hear from you directly. All right,
awesome.
Everybody.
Sounds good.
All right. Here we go.
What's up, y'all? It's Greg Moore, founder of You Can Flip Houses Academy. Listen, I'm often asked the question, how did you get started flipping houses? Listen, I played for the Patriots in the NFL, and in the game against the Browns, I had a career-ending injury. I was devastated. But I used the money from my rookie season. I bought a house. I flipped it. Fast forward to today, and I flipped over 300 properties, man. And listen, I teach people just like you how to do the same. Join me in my academy at youcanfliphouses.com, and I'll see you on the inside.
All right, now we're back with Greg Moore. Welcome, Greg.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kim. I'm so excited to be here. But I first have to go back to our prior conversations, man. Such an important conversation about social justice, about what's going on in this country. Obviously, there are two justice systems here in America. One's white and the other one's black and brown. And that's the case. And, you know, the thing about that, though, the thing that gives me hope is that that's changing. A lot of that is changing. You know, more and more people are understanding that it's just a travesty to see this country in the shape that it's been for so long, with so much atrocities toward African American people. We are an embarrassment across the world for the human rights violations against our people, right? And so that's changing because of the embarrassment I think that this country faces. And I think at some point, America will tell the real American history about who the first terrorists really are and were, right? And these are my opinions, right? It's not opinions of the show, opinions of Greg Moore, all right? So now that we covered that, let's get started with you're a Patriot fan. Awesome. I'm a former New England Patriot. I've been flipping houses for over 20 years, flipped over 300 properties, and very excited now to have an academy and have Kim and her mother and other people that support her and her show in my academy. And I'm actually working a deal. I hadn't talked to Ella about this, but made an offer on one of the properties that she found driving for dollars. And that offer was accepted, but we got to go a little bit further to see how that deal may work. And Ella, I'll be in touch with you about that a little later on today. But yes, everyone has the opportunity to get involved in this academy. Costs you less than $1 a day. And not only that, for your listeners and your family, Kim, even a bigger offer, you have the opportunity to even save 40% off of that, right? Like 40 cents a day is what it comes out to be. So you have the opportunity to not only learn how to flip houses, but I'm actually going to partner with you on deals. This deal that Ella brought to me, we're actually partners on this deal. She don't know anything yet about real estate, but she's learning. And already we have a deal that we're dissecting and looking at to see how we could structure a transaction that we could be profitable in. And so most of my deals require no money down, no credit. You don't have to have a real estate license to get involved and to flip houses. And so I'm just so excited to finally, after 20 years of doing it myself, I'm able to teach others how to do the same thing.
Wow. Okay. So when you say it, it's so smooth. It's so, I don't know, because you're like this really disciplined person from you. I think personally, and this is just my personal opinion, that most NFL players, when it comes to being that elite type of athlete, you have some level of significant amount of discipline to even get to that cream of the crop type of role. How do you equate that to the whole real estate world? How have you transitioned that over?
Absolutely. I actually use some of the same skills that it takes to go to the highest level in football. And that's, the first one is courage, right? So when you go out there and you're trying to acquire property and you're talking to homeowners, you got to have some courage in order to be able to do that, right? But you got to have courage to even say, you know what, I'm going to try and learn something new, something that I don't know about, something that I'm interested in. And I feel like we should always be learning. And that's why, this show is so important, Kim. You had an educator and you have wellness experts. And then I come from the financial perspective, because those are the three areas that our people need in order to expand, grow, and really make a change, right? So I feel like, with real estate, you're able to first gain financial freedom. That's first, right? You're not trading time for money. You're actually using your gifts, skills, and talents, right, to help people. And then you get compensated for it. And then you're able to have, after financial freedom, you're going to be able to have generational wealth because you're going to have properties that you can leave to your kids and their kids, right? And so after your generational wealth is established, then you have what's called legacy, right? And all these things are accessible through real estate and learning how to flip houses.
That's really good. Very inspirational. And I'm going to put here the link for you all. Thank you, Shannon, that you're going to get 40% off, which is just totally absurd is what it is. I'm just saying that's just absurd. Okay. To be able to, as a viewer of the Kim Jacobs Show, you're going to get 40% off by just going to register for youcanfliphouses.com Academy. And all of the information that you just hear in one video, not even one, a third of a video, you're going to get way more than what you put in for this amount for you to go to that academy. Why are you doing that for our viewers?
I appreciate that, Kim. I don't make money on the academy. That's not
clearly.
I don't make any money. It supports the platform and so forth. But what it allows me to do is to teach, right? And also allows me to partner. Right. So if I partner with you, you're in North Carolina. I'm partnered with folks in Connecticut. I'm partnered with folks here in Georgia, Alabama, all over. Right. So we can do more together. I can make more together than I can individually. Right. So and it also gives me an opportunity to teach what I know. Right. Who wants to go to the grave with everything that they know, with the gifts that they have? Right. We are blessed to be a blessing. And so that's why I do it, Kim. And so when we partner on deals, trust me, we're going to both make money. And so I'm not, making money on my academy. I'm actually partnering, mentoring, training folks to do what I do.
Good. That's really inspiring. I am super excited. Anybody have any questions, comments? Go ahead and throw them in here right quick. Okay, somebody said, oh, absolutely, 100%. That's a great deal. Yeah. My mom chimed in. She said, wait, yes. Whoa, my mom barely even types on social media. She said, I'm glad to hear the good news.
Yeah, I'll get back with you. Yeah, I got to have a conversation with Ella later today just to go over with her how I think I may structure this deal based on the offer and the acceptance. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. It's not a whole lot to be made on this deal, but this is just a deal that she found driving for dollars, and she's, Ella, I'm telling you, I applaud her because she's actually taken the strategies and steps and just applied them immediately. And she submitted more properties to me than any of my other students. Right. And she's probably my next to oldest student, but she's on fire. And I love that.
Mommy. Yeah. My mom is serious. My mom is serious, Greg. She get up, she get ready for the day, and she get in her car and she go to the different neighborhoods.
Right.
And she's looking for those red signs because you
you
said each person will get $1,000.
If she brings me a deal, which is she's going to see a sale by owner sign, she's going to bring that information to me with a text message, take a picture of the sign, get the address. She's going to forward all that information to me. And then she's going to sit back and wait for me to give her some feedback on what happened. Right. Because, Ella just only wants to get involved to a certain level. And that's the thing about real estate. You can get involved to the level that you want to. Right. Now, I know Kim, she kind of wants to get involved at a whole different level.
Well,
right?
Actually, I was trying to just support my mom and then found out that she's interested in a whole different program. I'm like, wait, what? So now, right. Sean, I need you to come on and get involved at a whole different level, too.
That's right, man. It's serious, man. It's serious. I'm going to tell this one little last tidbit that happened this month. You don't need a license. You don't need any kind of certificates other than what you're going to learn from me. But there's real opportunity. More than 97% of everybody in this country makes under 100,000. Okay, within the last 30 days, with 2 closings, we netted 120,000 with 2 deals, and that's net, right? That's after expenses. And we're set up to do the same thing this month, April, as well as May, and continuing out the rest of this year. So things are on fire. Get involved. It's a perfect time to get involved. Real estate market is super hot right now, which is good for us because we have programs no matter what's going on. In the downturn in 2007, we were still making money. We acquired more properties then than ever. And if the market crashes again, we'll still capitalize on any market.
Wow. Okay. This is excellent. Excellent. Courtney said he's going to continue to refer people to you because he believes that you're trying to help people. Dr. Yolanda Jerry joined. She said, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Dr. Jerry. Her book is being released on, I think it's April 29th, My Walk Past Hell. Everybody, make sure you go and follow Dr. Yolanda Jerry and the 30 authors that's releasing the book, My Walk Past Hell. These are women that have been in hell and then walk past it. And this, I'm telling you, y'all, you want to definitely check that out, okay? So, and here's the cover. I'll show you that right quick. My Walk Past Hell. You see that image of that woman in there? And she coming out of that thing. There you go. That's coming up on April 29th. Okay, Greg Moore, you done dropped some serious knowledge up in here. Wow. Okay.
Appreciate it, Kim. Thank you so much.
Everybody go join the Academy after the episode goes off. Don't jump off now. I know it's too good to be true, but in this case, you know how they say everything that glitters is not gold? In this case, what's glittering is gold, okay? So make sure you know that. Go to youcanfliphouses.com and check out Greg Moore. Join his Academy. If you say that it's something to do with the Kim Jacobs Show and as to how you found out, you get a 40% discount. That discount is not available to everybody, so make sure you specify.
All they have to do is click on the link. I think Shannon posted it already in the comments. So.
Oh yeah, use the link that's here in your comment section because then that'll get you the discount. If you just go to the website, you're just gonna see the regular price. That's good to know. Okay. Wow. All right, everybody, we're gonna keep it moving and go on to Miss Stacy and Mr. Courtney. But before we do, let me just also share because I have Rachel do this every week. And I like to give some of the updates that's happening throughout the community. Biden spells out U.S. climate goal and urges other world leaders to go big. That's being discussed, and that's in the Huffington Post. I'll make sure we post that. And Latin American nations suffer the worst moment of coronavirus pandemic. So this is important too, because this thing's happening not just with the Black lives that's happening as well. It's other nationalities that's experiencing some very traumatic situations. And in this case, the worst moment of the coronavirus pandemic is happening in the Latin American community. So we'll put that information up there too. I won't even talk about that one thing. I'm not going to talk about that because I ain't saying nothing about my past president. Sorry. That's the Kim saying this. I'm like, no, my president. I'm not. Okay, I'm not going to skip that one. Y'all can look at that news on your own. All right. But there was a lift boat that there were 4 people that died and 9 remain missing after a lift boat accident. And this was on AccuWeather. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna put all of these posts in the comments for you all as well. But today's famous birthdays list for April 22nd at the time, which was whatever day this was, the April 22nd, consisted of Machine Gun Kelly and Amber Heard. And so that was happening. American Idol contestant Cecil Ray Baker was arrested for burglary. Oh my gosh. After breaking into his ex-girlfriend's home. So that was on usmagazine.com. Anyway, so it's a lot of news happening. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's so many news out, and so many things that's been happening throughout the news. But hey, what about movie theaters opening? Anybody care about that? Because I do. I care about that big time. Anybody else feel like I want to get back into the theater because I like movie theaters? No, just me. Hello. Okay, well, I will tell you, I've gone to the theater a couple of times, and literally it's just been me, my family, and maybe one other family, and they're far away. And I'm like, yes! So as we transition back, tell me your thoughts, studio audience. Are you okay with going back into the movies, to the theaters, or are you not? Because a lot of theaters, I know the Regal theaters, I think, opened up this weekend. Yeah, everything's coming to be reopened for the summer movies 2021. And what's coming out this weekend? Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's coming out this weekend. So I stay on top of all the movies because my family, we like movies. And there's this one, The Girl That Believed in Miracles. So sometimes when you have like a daughter and you have sons, and my sons are like, yes, let's do all the fighting movies. My daughter's like, let's go to The Girl That Believed in Miracles. So I have to juggle and balance that thing. So anybody else that's sharing the theory that you're excited about movies opening, but with caution, raise your hand. Just say, high five, Kim, I support you. You say five. I see some, no, Stacy, like, I'm not going no matter what. See, they the health experts. They're like, we're not going. Okay. Courtney, you're not taking Lisa, Courtney to the theater.
No. We go out, but we're not. I mean, we watch movies and stuff in the house. Like that's kind of like we would rather be more relaxed at home. When we go out, we're doing other things. We're not going somewhere.
But when Courtney come here, she going to the movie. She probably can't wait to come visit me. She's like, I'll be back soon so we can take you to the theater.
Oh yeah, now she would be all about it for sure.
That's funny. Sean, my mom said, "Come on, B. Sean Hall, let's do this thing together."
Oh Lord, why y'all be trying to drag me in the style?
My Walk Past Hell releases April 29th, and you can get it at mywalkpasthell.com. And one of the authors is none other than our very own Shannon Hancock, working with the Kim Jacobs Show. She is an author in this book, so if you don't support the book for no other reason, make sure you support it for Shannon Hancock is one of the authors, and her story is life-changing. All right. Thanks, Greg. Greg, my wife's cousin, Chris Slade, played with the Patriots. All right. No movie? No. My mom said no. No movie for me right now. Okay, I know you weren't going, Mom. My mom's like, absolutely not. All right, everybody. So we're getting ready to transition right now to Courtney and to Stacy. Let me pull you all over. Greg, thank you so much. All right. Courtney, talk to us for a moment here.
So happy Friday. Excited to bring a special guest, health and wellness coach, Stacy. And when you hear her talk, you're going to notice her accent is a little bit different. There's a little bit of flavor to it. But and yesterday we were talking about, 2 days ago, we were talking about supplements, so many people are trying to figure out ways to get more energy and to maybe taking enough protein and to do all these different things to get healthy. Right. And we brought her on as a guest, and she shared some information that was very powerful. Her personal story was her energy level was very low, but when I met her, she was on the other side of that, and she's always doing workouts and smiling and dancing and moving around and engaging people. And I thought that was very interesting. So we've been on this call now for about an hour. So I'm curious to know your studio audience. I would imagine most of them are sitting down kind of like we did this whole hour. And like, for me, this was really hard, to be honest, to just sit still for one whole hour. For me, that's kind of hard, but I discipline myself. But I do want to know from your studio audience, and even from the panel here, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your average energy level is? 1 being very low and 10 being extremely like off the charts. And while you're thinking about that and getting that done, we're going to go ahead into this dance. It's called the Ikista. It's a Ethiopian dance that is a great way to move. I know a lot of people like to move. They like to dance, and it's a creative way to get exercise or to get movement. And I'm going to show you guys a step. So, I want y'all to go ahead and we're going to stand on that. Now,
okay, everybody stand up, y'all.
It's not nothing crazy. So it ain't going to be like, nothing crazy. But so the basis of the move is real simple here. So you're going to start off like you're strolling, right? So if you're just walking, your right leg, left arm, you're kind of going side to side. That's kind of like that's the start of it. That's going to be the basis of it. Okay. And then you're going to kind of stand straight up. You're going to do your stroll. You're going to kind of like shake your shoulders. So you're just shaking your shoulders here. Boom, 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 boom. And this movement is really about your shoulders. Okay. So I'm gonna play some music because we look funny without music. So you're gonna hear some music in the background.
Before you play the music, let me see if I can find the video real fast. But then I'm going to just come back to you to do it. Let me see.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can share the video file. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, I think I can. Okay.
And the two ladies in the video, they're both Ethiopian.
So do you want us to dance to you or to them?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna dance to them, so we could it doesn't matter. Either or.
You want me to push play or you want me to let you just do it?
Yeah, go ahead, push play.
Okay, hold on. I don't look anything like those ladies doing this. Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's awesome, Courtney.
It's just another fun way to increase your energy, and it's just a lot of fun. It makes people smile. It makes people feel good about themselves just to move. Like, you don't always have to go for a jog. You don't always have to go to the gym. There's other things that you can do. We like to just champion that at Courtney Wellness Companion. But I do want Stacey to talk about some of the things that she's doing to help to increase her energy. Go ahead, Stacey.
Okay, Stacey, go ahead. You say some stuff now. That's awesome, Courtney. Go ahead, Stacey.
Hey guys, hey everyone. Thank you so much for this invite. Kim and Courtney, I really appreciate it. So first of all, guys, I am Stacey. I am from Jamaica. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I truly enjoy what I do. The truth is, like Courtney said, my energy was not always this high. Right now, it's very, very high, but it wasn't always this high. As a matter of fact, a year ago, I lacked energy. I was always working, always busy, no time for my kids, overweight, everything, depressed. I was going through a moment, and I came across, I was introduced to this company and the products, and that literally changed my life. Like I said, my energy right now all the time is like on a 12, 15, like it's over 10, like for sure. Like I'm working out 2-3 times in a day now, which before, guys, workout was never a thing for me. As a matter of fact, I felt like that was just too hard, and like, how did people really get to work out? Now I'm working out 2-3 times in a day, have all this energy. I have a toddler, he's 3 years old, and literally he keeps me on my feet, which is no problem now because like I have the energy, right? So yeah, I was overweight, I was depressed, I was going through so many different things, and literally this company, when I joined because of weight loss. I've gained way more than weight loss, to be honest. Like, it's the movement, it's the community, it's the stories, it's the life that's been changed. I'm helping so many people go to different levels, and I really, really, really enjoy doing it. Like Courtney says, like, this happiness all the time is also from one of my supplements, guys. This energy supplement has 5-HTP, which naturally sends happy signals to your brain and gives you that energy. So that natural energy, we are a GMO-free company. Most of the products are organic. So like for persons, but this holistic lifestyle, I really took it on because like I'm from Jamaica. For those of you who are probably familiar with the accent, I was born and raised in Jamaica, came to Canada. I live here in Canada, northern Alberta, and I wasn't getting vitamin D and all those. So I was really looking for supplements. I was really looking for something to improve my overall mood. And I've reached that place. So, for those of you who are watching, who are going to rewatch, just know that like it is very important that we listen to our body and we just reach to a place where we can take care of our body, because a lot of things are not hereditary like they taught us, that okay, your grandparents had diabetes, so it's a must you'll have diabetes. No, we can change that. And most of the things that happen to us, and it's only fitting with everything from the very, what's her name, Sean, from the very first conversation, a lot of things that reach us as people is as a result of poverty. It's as a result of where we are health wise. It's like everything literally ties in, and every single speaker today really touched me, because we also have a business opportunity towards what I'm doing as well. And I think one of the way that we as a people can elevate ourselves is to either get financially literate, because a lot of things they did not teach us where that is concerned. We didn't learn these things. As a matter of fact, all we learned that we needed to go to school and come out and get a good job. And what's a good job? When you're going to be working for the rest of your life and still being broke, still being paycheck to paycheck. So, I'm just so honored that I'm able to, be a positive impact on people that looks like me, that goes through the same stuff that I've been through. Like I grew up in poverty as well. There were times when I went to school without lunch money, and I'm definitely going to change that for my bloodline. I am the ambassador for my bloodline. I am going to leave generational wealth. I am going to leave legacy. And that's just what my movement is also about as well. I am determined, I'm ready just to help as many women, specifically women. I've been through abuse as well. I've been through abuse, emotional abuse with my first child's dad. So I've walked that road. And because of that, I decided that I'll help everyone who is ready to go.
Wow. I am so glad that you're here today sharing your story and your inspiration. Everyone, listen, make sure that you stay connected with Courtney and with Stacy. And you can stay connected with them right through IG. You can go to @Courtney with 2 E's, Courtney _wellness companion. And you can also follow him on Facebook at Courtney Wellness Companion. And also Courtney is a private group that he has. Listen, I know that he's also offering something that's unbelievable as well. And that is for only, I think, $4.99. You can go on this journey.
Yeah.
Tell us. Courtney, go ahead and tell us what the deal is.
Can you hear me, Kim?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a founders membership that we're offering. We just launched Courtney Wellness Companion in January, and we want to offer it to folks as founding members. And it is a discounted price, or like a one-time price. It's going to be $4.99 for your subscription, and that subscription includes an exercise class, a coaching call, we do a wellness topic every week where we bring a panel in. Stacy was on our panel just this week. And then on Thursdays, we do a cooking class as well. And yesterday we made keto thin mint cookies, which turned out to be very, very delicious. And they were much healthier than the Girl Scout cookies that I ate that almost knocked me out last week. But it's a tremendous offer. I mean, you're going to have access to all those things every week. And then we do the 60-second challenges, and you have accountability. We have a community where we clap for you and we just support you. And we have a wonderful team as well. And we just love to collaborate and, work with people and support other businesses in any way that we can just impact lives and help people. We believe wellness is optimally important. I know we were talking about some heavy stuff earlier, but we have to be well in our minds. We have to figure out a way to, I love how Greg mentioned, things are going to get better. Like we always have to have that. Otherwise, I was listening to TD Jakes and he was talking about anger and how anger, whenever it sets in you, it turns into cancer. So we have to be very careful that we're not allowing the outside to disrupt the inside. So we really focus on that. So. But thank you, Kim.
That's just absolutely incredible. And I'm so excited and honored that you all are here today with us. And Courtney, as my brother, I really appreciate you taking time on your Friday to come and be a part of the Freestyle Friday episode. So thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
And the Kim Jacobs shirt is fire. The yellow, it pops on the brown skin. So I'm really appreciating that.
Yeah, everybody, you can get your shirt as well and your mug. I am a Mother Dreamer mugs and t-shirts as well at kimjacobshow.com. Thank you so much, Courtney. Okay, all right, everybody. I think we've gotten as much as we can in 1 hour. Shannon, can you do me one more favor? Can you send me Belinda Farley's flyer to my email as well? I want to get that popped in too. But I want to let everybody know that coming up, oh wait, I gotta get this out of here. I got too many things popping off at the same time. Coming up on Monday, we have Who Are You Connected To? We want to be connected to the right people, right? We want to make sure that our connections are secure. Who are you connected to? We have Sharon LaFleur, who's going to be here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So be sure to check that out on Monday. Go ahead and tell your friends, everybody, so y'all can have them in the studio audience. Financial education. We're going to be talking about the blueprint for financial freedom. And that's going to be with Crystal Barnes and Mr. Elliott on Tuesday. And so definitely make sure that you're in the house for that. I am going to we're going to close out in the next 5 minutes. If everybody just give me 5 more minutes, we're going to close out together. And we're going to close out with Robert as our singing vocalist over there. But let me also just share a real brief commercial with you from Samantha Benson. We've talked a lot about death too today with George Floyd's death and all of the people that have passed away. There is a specialist out here that deals with final expense, and I want to introduce her to you. Her name is Samantha Benson. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, my name is Samantha Benson, and I'm with Get Insured Solutions. You can get life insurance anywhere across the country, but with Get Insured Solutions, we have an advocacy program that helps families at the worst time of their lives with the loss of their loved ones. That means we have a funeral advocacy program that helps your family with funeral merchandise, negotiating the cost of your funeral expenses, and living benefits. Get Insured Solutions, LLC. Contact me, Samantha Benson.
All right, everyone, we are back. And we are getting ready to start preparing to close our episode out. I saw a lot of comments come in, and I want to ask each of the panelists if you will go back and just look at I love the 60-second movement challenges, especially during a long work day. Rosalind Malone said, great information, amazing testimony for you, Stacy. That was a comment when you were up. CWC companions are amazing. They are a godsend. Yes, they really are a godsend. You definitely want to be a part of that. Courtney and Stacy, love you. And again, lots of comments have come in. So if you all as the panelists would just go back and Cordia says she was actually doing the challenge when you were doing it as well. And Courtney said, okay, Rosalind, thank you as much. We are blessed to have connected with you and minding my own temple, not just your own business, but your own temple. Follow Stacy. Stacy, who gave her testimony today, you can follow her as well on Stacy's_lifestyle. Stacy's_lifestyle. That's STACEYS_lifestyle right on her Instagram page. All right. Did I forget anything? Did I leave anything out? Because I don't want to leave anything out. It's been a lot said in a short period of time, but I think it was action-packed and well worth it. Anybody? All minds clear, as they say in the church? Come on now. Anybody have anything?
Fantastic. No, I just want to say it's a fantastic episode, Kim. Kudos to you for being a fantastic host. These are topics that our community absolutely need. And so thank you. And thank you to all the panelists as well for allowing me to be on here with you.
Excellent. Thank you. Any other closing comments? I want to make sure, when you're on the show and you be like, dog, I should have said this when I was speaking. I didn't. Now I missed my opportunity. Each person, you can have a quick closing comment as we get ready to close out, and we're going to hear Richard. You're going to go last, Richard, so we can. Robert, why do I keep calling you Richard? Why you letting me call you Richard? You're Robert. You didn't even interject. What in the world? I'm calling you Richard. This is Robert Finney from the Fantastic Gems, and I'm sitting here saying Richard, and you like just sitting so humbly. That's crazy. Robert, you'll have the final comment because you're going to close us out. But go ahead, Sean, you have any closing comment? All right, Stacey, you have a closing comment? Oh, go ahead, Sean.
No, I just said stay vigilant. I'm sure that nobody, Dante, Micaiah, none of those people knew that those days were going to be their last days on earth. And none of us know. So make every single moment count, because this is all we've got.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, Stacey, you have a closing comment?
And just in closing, I just want to say, thank you so much for the invite. And, we just got to make sure that we have one body, and we got to make sure that we're taking care of that one body. Because while we can get back everything else, that one body, when it's gone, it's gone. And, very importantly, I find we don't pay a lot of attention to that. And just think of it this way. Our vehicles are serviced how many times per year? But our body, we think everything is too expensive and everything is, too costly for us, right? So just think about it, that we're like a car, we're like a vehicle. And every day we get up and we run, at one point, we'll run out as well. So, yeah.
Wow. That's good. Good. And you're right. Everything, we can put everything on our bodies that's adorning us with finances and costly things. But when it comes to the inside and the physical and health, it's I don't know about that. Oh my goodness. Great comment. Courtney, did you have a closing comment?
I would just say, for everyone that's listening, do something this weekend that's going to make you smile. Do something that's going to make you smile. Do something that's going to make you laugh, and then just take care of yourself. Just love yourself. Thank you, Kim.
Excellent. Okay. And Robert, I'm going to put you front and center. The last thing that I'll say is, listen, guys, if you're enjoying original programming like this, I encourage you to support the Kim Jacobs Show. Subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. It's not just a me show. I have a whole team of individuals that make this thing happen. It's original programming, and it does make a difference in so many people's lives. So make sure that you look at one of the ways that you can support, whether you want to be a sponsor of an episode, sponsoring a week or a month, or if you want to be a part of the masterclass. I offer a 4 and 8 week masterclass that teaches you how to actually start your own show from scratch. It's all kinds of ways that you can support, whether you'd be a Patreon member or just give an online contribution. This is how we keep the Kim Jacobs Show thriving. So thank you. All right, I'm going to put you over, Mr. Robert, and let you close out. If you missed today's challenge, go back to the beginning of this video and watch the challenge that's being put out to the whole world, which is by the Fantastic Gems. What's going on in your world challenge? Reach out to them at c2candthegems.com to be able to get the original soundtrack. Let's close out with you, Mr. Robert Finney.
Thank you very much, Kim, man. I want to know what... I've had some good days. I have hills to climb. And we as people, we've got hills to yet go to. We'll have some weary days. And there'll be sleepless nights. But as I look around and think it over, all of my good days are gonna outweigh all the bad days. And we can't complain.
Yes. Thank you.
This song because it says so much. We can't complain. God has been good to us.
God has been.
Stop being good to us.
Thank you.
No. Mm, sometimes our clouds hang low. We hardly see the road. I ask this question, Lord, why so much pain?
My God.
He knows what's best for me and you and you and you.
That's
Though
right.
these weary eyes and 2020 really can't see. So we say, thank you, Lord. Kim, can y'all say thank you with me?
Thank you, Lord. Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
We
Thank you, Lord.
won't complain.
Yes,
complain.
All right.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's good for you. All right.
All right, everybody. On that note, we're going to close out, and I'm going to close out with the video. I'm going to close out with that video that's the challenge. What's going on in your world challenge? And if you would like to put together your own video with your family doing what's going on from your perspective in your own world from a justice perspective, go ahead and go to c2candthegems.com, download the original soundtrack, and put your own personal video to this. Thank you all, everybody. See you on Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to close out with the video. What's going on in your world challenge? Thank you so much. All right. Wow. I'm going to play this video for everybody. What's going on?
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Oh my, 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 my. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Oh, Father, we don't need to escalate. See, war is not the answer. Only love, only God's love can conquer hate. You know, we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Oh, without those picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Yeah, talk to me so you can see. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I wanna know what's going on. Yeah.
Andre Hill. Woo. Casey Goodson. Angelo Crone.
What's happening, brother?
Sincere Pierce. Marcellus Stinnett. Jonathan Price. Dejon Kizzy. Richard Brooks.
Brother. Everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Oh no, because I wear my hair short, I don't wear it long. You know, we've got to find a way to bring some love here today. Without those picket signs and picket lines, don't punish me with your brutality. I need you to talk to me so you can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? I wanna know what's going on.
Carlos Carson. David McAddy. Tony McDade. George Floyd.